What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my DraftKings Showdown breakdown for Monday Night Football, Bills and Pats. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who are your favorite options at captain and at utility for tonight's slate. The high-level stuff. Average fantasy points in the optimal winning lineup, 130.8. Median salary used, 48,900. 3.1 Bills, 2.9 Pats. That's the makeup of the optimal lineup. Bills are 7-point favorites in New England with a 46-point game total. Now, it is time to dive in to the captains. Now, we've got a few options at captain. Two stand out higher than the others. One is Josh Allen, 18,900, but he is on a very unique island for this game. Has the ability to do it with his legs and with his arm. Has the very clear top potential, the crazy outlier game that can be Josh Allen. Shows up in the optimal lineup at captain 25% of the time. Next closest guy is going to be Cam Newton, 13,500. 22% chance of showing up in the optimal, so just a bit behind Josh Allen. That salary savings, I mean, he is $5,400 cheaper in the captain spot. That's really important. That changes the scope of your lineup at the utility spot, so that's enough to pull Cam up a bit. After that, you're going back up in salary, 16,500, 12% chance for Stephon Diggs to be the optimal captain. Or you can go all the way down, 10,800, 10% chance for Jacoby Myers. Those are the four guys that are making up the large majority of captain ownership. Everybody after that is going to be a flyer. Your Damiere Byrds, Sony Michel, John Brown, who we're going to get to. All those guys are pretty low likelihood captain options. So you really want to have most of your exposure going to Allen, Diggs, Newton, Myers. Now, the utility spot is where things get a lot different. Most frequent utility option is also Josh Allen, still 12,600. It's because there's enough value on the slate that getting to him is still pretty easy. Cam Newton comes in second, 53% of the time he is in the optimal at 9K. By the way, Josh Allen, almost 60% of the time in the optimal in the utility spot, 59.6, that's crazy. We've got Josh Allen, we've got Cam Newton, Jacoby Myers is third, 7,200, shows up 42% of the time. Number 4 is a guy I haven't talked about yet, essentially. And that would be John Brown, 2,800. The assumption is he is back today, has been out for a while, and if he is in fact healthy and back in the game today, he's wildly underpriced. 2,800 for John Brown is a simply broken price tag. I've got him showing up in the optimal lineup 40% of the time. He's just too cheap. You don't really need all that much from him at that salary to be successful, and he kind of removes everybody below him as a viable utility option. He's just simply better than everybody else below him by a mile. So you want to get to John Brown for sure. He's going to be picking up some ownership. He's going to be a cash game must so long as he is active. After John Brown, it gets a little murky. Damiere Byrd at 4K looks pretty good. Tyler Bass at 3,800 looks pretty good. And then you're getting into just a sea of 17 to 25-ish% guys. Nobody that really makes me excited. So you can go to Josh Allen, you can go to Cam Newton. Those are the easy pay-up options. John Brown is the floor, 2,800, the fourth best option at utility. Now, I don't have public ownership yet, but when it comes to fades, I don't really see anything obvious at the captain spot. Josh Allen looks fine. Cam Newton looks fine. I don't think either one of those guys are going to get so much ownership that they pull themselves out of what I'm looking for at captain. Diggs, I assume, is going to be in that 12 to 15% range. So from a captain perspective, I don't really have any obvious fades. From the utility spot, Cole Beasley at 10K, I think he's going to end up over-owned. I think Devin Singletary at 7,600, probably going to end up a little over-owned. I don't have much interest in Zach Moss. I don't have much interest in Dawson Knox, Gabriel Davis, Bills D. None of that looks really all that interesting to me. Whether or not they get over-owned or not will be close, but most of these guys are like 10% guys, so if you're playing, let's say you're in a 20 max, you don't want to go more than 2 lineups of any of Zach Moss, Dawson Knox, Bills D, Gabriel Davis. Those are guys that you only want a very small amount of. Rotate through them if you want, if you're playing a bunch of lineups, but they are not guys that I think you should be focusing on. N'Keal Harry, has a potential to be a little overowned just because of his $3,200 price tag. I think people might try to pivot off of John Brown and go to Harry. Not something that I'm all that interested in. John Brown, I think, shows up in the optimal lineup more than twice as often as N'Keal Harry. So that's not a spot I'm looking at. After that, we kind of just have to wait for public ownership to come out. But I think those leans will hold for most of the day. I don't have much else that I think changes in the top end. The only way that anything really changes is if John Brown isn't active, and I'm expecting him to be active. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. That is my DraftKings Showdown breakdown for Bills and Pats. One last reminder. Hit the like button, you know how much it means to me. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Let me know in the comments who you like at captain and utility. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get these sim updates as we get closer to lock. I'll be on NBA Live before lock from 6:30 to 7:30 tonight, so I'll either get the NFL updates out just before I go live or just after the NBA show ends. It's all going to depend on timing and how the NBA slate looks. Hopefully, there's not a lot of crazy NBA news, and I can get both of these things done at once. I don't think that there are any more Showdown videos coming out after this. There is a FanDuel version. Take a look around for that. But I think that I'll be back for my top fives for Sunday's main slate. But this is it. No more Showdown. We're going to have to wait until the playoffs for those to come back. Good luck tonight, guys, and I will talk to you again the next time I have NFL content.